Chapter 2 Lance and the Uncrossable River. The four best friends set out through the forest to find the first golden key. "Chewie," said Lance from his place at the front of the group, "tell me the first clue again." "Sure," said Chewie, who had already memorized the two short lines. Beavers are very good at memorizing things. "To find the first key, this rule is law, you'll have to search to the very last straw." "What do you think it means?" asked Honey. "I don't know," said the beaver. "The map shows we go through Blueberry Basin and across a river. Then we'll find the first treasure key." "Finding this key will be like a piece of cake," said Giggles the otter. But as you'll see, finding the key was more like a piece of pie. "Here's Blueberry Basin," announced Chewie the beaver. "Oh, just look," said Honey. "It's beautiful." And it was. In fact, it looked like a small valley that had been covered by a beautiful blue cloud. Actually, Blueberry Basin got its name from very special plants that grew there. Now, there are many places where patches of wild blueberries grow, but the four best friends had never seen a patch like this. This was a blueberry pie patch. This was a whole valley covered with very tall bushes with beautiful blue leaves. And at the top of each bush grew a delicious blueberry pie. And each pie was topped with whipped cream. They looked so good you couldn't help wanting to eat one. "Now listen," said Lance, taking command. "We can't reach those pies without a ladder, so let's just keep walking and not lose time." Lions hate to lose time. That's why it's so hard for them to stop playing and come in for lunch. While Lance marched straight through Blueberry Basin, his friends kept hopping and bouncing as they walked. They were trying to reach one of those delicious pies. Finally, Giggles couldn't stand it any longer. She just had to have a blueberry pie. She called for Honey and Chewie to huddle up and whispered her plan. Then, without a word to Lance, they made a human ladder. Honey got on Chewie's shoulders, and Giggles climbed up way on top of Honey's shoulders. Giggles was pulling one of the delicious pies towards her when... "Hurry!" said Chewie the beaver, who was starting to wobble. "I can't hold you two up much longer." "I've got it," said Giggles, and she inched the top of the pie bush down closer and closer. Then suddenly Chewie's legs gave way. As the three friends tumbled to the ground, Giggles lost her grip on the pie. The bush snapped back into place, but the pies came loose and shot forward. "Oh no!" cried the three friends when they saw where the pie was headed. "Look out, Lance!" went the pie with a thud on Lance's head, whipped cream and all. And unlike Giggles, who liked having icing on her head, Lance was not happy. Chewie, Honey, and Giggles were laughing so hard they couldn't get up, but finally they rushed to Lance. "We're so sorry," said Honey. "Sorry?" said Lance with a growl, but then a big grin spread across his face. "I'm not sorry. This pie is terrific." And as they helped Lance clean up, they also helped themselves to the best, finger-lickinest blueberry pie they'd ever eaten. "All right," said Lance, finally looking more like a lion than a blueberry. "Let's get moving toward the river." In no time, they reached the river, but the minute they saw it, they knew they had a big problem. It was the widest, meanest, deepest, and coldest river in all the forest. "How can we get across?" Honey the golden retriever wanted to know. "There are no boats or bridges. How can we find the treasure key if we can't get across the river?" "I have an idea," said Chewie the beaver, pulling out his pocket calendar and calculator. "Let's wait right here until the river freezes over. Let's see. That's just about 180 days. Then we'll be able to walk across." "Great idea," said Giggles. "That'll give us plenty of time to eat some more pie." "But we can't wait that long," said Honey. "What if someone else finds the treasure key before we do?" Being such a good leader, Lance the lion already had a plan. "I'll tell you what we're going to do," said Lance. "If a pie can fly through the air and hit me on the head, then we ought to be able to fly through the air to get across this river." "But how?" asked Honey. "No time for questions," said Lance. "Just do what I say." Without further discussion, Lance ran over to the water's edge and selected a strong young tree. "When I bend this tree down, I want all of you to climb up on top. Now!" Lance had bent the young tree almost to the ground. With doubting looks, the three friends all climbed up on top of the tree. "Here we go!" shouted Lance the lion as he jumped up with the others. Then the tree flung them high in the air and all the way across the river, right onto a haystack. "What a ride!" said Giggles. "Boy, I'll say," said Judy the Beaver, looking at his watch. "We were in the air for 14 seconds before we hit this haystack." "Haystack!" they all shouted at the same time, remembering the first riddle. To find the first key, this rule is law, you'll have to search to the very last straw. "Haystacks are made of straw," said Lance. Quickly, all four friends began digging in the haystack to find the first golden key. They searched all the way to the very bottom of the haystack, and there it was, a beautiful golden key attached to the very last straw. "We found it!" they cried. One key was now theirs, because of a lion's quick thinking and determined personality. But 3 other keys and 3 exciting adventures lay between them and the treasure tree, and the next adventure would be the scariest of all.